Hello friends, this is Nirmal and you're watching the detailed camera review of the new Poco X3. So Poco X3 comes with a quad camera setup with 64 megapixel primary camera and a 20 megapixel selfie camera. So let's dive deep into the camera to see how it performs. So if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Let's first have a look at the camera hardware. In terms of camera hardware, it comes with a quad rear camera with 64 megapixel primary sensor with f1.9 aperture and Sony IMX682 sensor. You also get a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and 2 megapixel depth sensor and 2 megapixel macro sensor. There is also LED flash included. The front camera is a 20 megapixel shooter with f2.2 aperture. So let's find out how the camera performs. First, let's have a look at the video quality. The phone can shoot 4K videos at 30 fps. The quality of the video is pretty good. The colors are vivid and it offers electronic image stabilization which is quite stable. The video is sharp and details and offers good quality. The contrast can be improved a bit but not a major issue here. At times there is a bit of saturation issue though. The phone also has 1080p video at both 30 and 60 fps and quality is good again. The details and sharpness levels are good. But the 60 fps video has a bit of focus hunting issue which can be easily fixed with software updates. The phone can also shoot cinematic videos in 21:9 aspect ratio in both 4K as well as 1080p resolution and also looks good. The phone also has a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera which again can shoot 1080p resolution videos with stabilization and the overall quality looks quite good. Poco X3 can also shoot slow motion videos in 960 fps, 240 fps and 120 fps and the quality is quite good. Now moving on to the camera samples. First, let's have a look at the daylight shots. The daylight shots taken with the 64 megapixel camera came out pretty good. The Sony IMX682 sensor does a pretty good job with good details, sharp images and colors are also vibrant. The images predominantly have a warmer tone which is quite evident on most Xiaomi smartphones. While the colors are vivid, it also has a tendency to saturate a bit. There is auto HDR mode available and the dynamic range is very good and it resolves shadows very well. The camera definitely looks good in daylight conditions. Here again, one area of improvement is the contrast in daylight captures. There is also 64 megapixel mode in the camera where the images have higher levels of details and good sharpness levels. The phone also comes with 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. The ultra wide shots have good colors and details, but they are not as sharp as the primary camera but better than the 8 megapixel shooters we find on most of the smartphones in this price segment. The close-up shots taken with the Poco X3 is very good. There is good amount of details and sharpness levels are also impressive. The colors are vivid with a tendency to saturate at times, especially when there is a lot of greenery around. The phone also comes with 2 megapixel macro sensor which is probably one of the best in the segment, in the sub 20k price segment with good colors and details. Now moving on to portraits. Xiaomi and Poco are known for good portraits and the Poco X3 is no different. The portraits are good with good skin tones and the edge detection is also implemented very well. The sharpness levels are also quite good in portraits. Moving on to the low light photos. The phone can shoot some good images in low light under artificial indoor lighting and they have come good. The sharpness levels and details are good. The noise levels are kept minimal, although towards the edges there is a bit of noise. In extreme low light condition, when the light drops further, the images have higher noise levels, but details are decent. The sharpness levels are also decent, but it can be improved a bit, especially when you have the Sony IMX682 sensor. There is also night mode on offer which improves low light images with more details, but noise levels and sharpness could have been better. Finally, the selfie experience. The phone has a 20 megapixel selfie camera which does pretty well in terms of portraits. Unlike previous Poco's phones, here we feel selfies are better with better skin tones and sharpness levels. We tried selfies with beauty mode turned off as selfies are more of a personal choice. The phone also comes with portrait mode in selfies where the edge detection is decent, but there is still room for improvement.
So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Poco X3, which can record videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the video recording.
So how does the Poco X3 perform in terms of camera experience? The Poco X3 definitely has a good camera setup, especially with Sony IMX682 sensor, good details and sharpness levels, and we feel it has overall improved over the Poco X2. There is still room for improvement, especially in low light, and we felt the noise levels are slightly higher. The Poco X3 also comes with additional modes like the vlog mode and studio lighting options in the portraits. So these are some additional options in the camera UI. So if you are looking for a good camera smartphone below the 20k or the 17k price segment, the Poco X3 fits in perfectly in the list. So that was a detailed camera review of the Poco X3. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.